You've seen the analogies, you've seen the themes, the promises, the talking points and the takeaways. Now let's discuss the missed opportunities. What this budget lacked, what many expected but was missing from the finance minister's speech today. To start with, the manufacturing industry was expecting more incentives, more support for expansion of distribution and diversification of supply chains. The schemes announced will indirectly benefit the manufacturing sector, yes, but there were no dedicated promises to this effect, no distinct policies that could help India-based organizations establish a strong foothold in global markets. The pandemic has made it amply clear supply chains cannot be dominated by a particular country. The world's leading economies are rethinking their business strategies and they're looking at other nations for sourcing. We've been discussing how India has an exclusive opportunity here to emerge as a preferred destination for them. But besides the announcement of 7 mega textile parks to boost exports and attract investment, not much has been promised on making Indian manufacturing globally competitive. That is a miss. At the same time, there is no mention of how foreign companies will be encouraged to move to India. The FDI limit in the insurance sector has been hiked from 49% to 74%, and that's it. What about the other sectors like retail, infrastructure, finance, banking, tech? I ask this because several multinational companies are moving out of China thanks to the US-China trade war, also because of the Wuhan virus. There's a mass exodus. More than 40% of the Japanese companies based in China are looking to shift their base. 1,000 American companies have already shut operations in China. They include assembly partners to giant players in the field of electronics and tech. But for all the promises of luring such companies to India, the budget does not lay out any clear plan on how India intends to tap into this opportunity and emerge as their new market. Then we have the hospitality and tourism sectors, the worst hit sectors due to the pandemic. They're in for a good dose of disappointment. There were high expectations of relief measures, high hopes of being put in the concurrent list. But the hospitality and tourism industries were absent altogether from budget announcements. This is despite the fact that in 2019, the travel and tourism sectors contributed nearly $194 billion, or 6.8% of India's GDP. They could have been catalysts for India's economic recovery in the post-pandemic world. Then we come to tax breaks. It's been a difficult year, as the finance minister said, not just for the government, but for the people of India as well. There are pending EMIs, our taxes are piling up, the middle class was expecting SOPs to overcome their problems, but the budget does not really offer much relief. Contrary to what budget experts suggested, there are no major tax changes. The income tax slabs remain the same. Only some incremental changes have been announced with small benefits for home buyers and senior citizens. And until now, this is important, listen to this, interest earned on PF or Provident Fund was exempted from income tax. Not anymore. Budget 2021 changes all of that. If your Provident Fund or PF contribution is 2.5 lakh rupees or above, you will no longer be able to seek tax exemption on the interest earned, starting the next financial year. Like I said, this is not a populist budget. It's a practical budget. It's also perhaps work in progress. We'll have to wait and watch how resources are mobilized to meet the promises that have been made today. As for the missed opportunities and the expectations that have not been met, well, we hope the government is listening. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.